Welcome to another brand new episode of Being Cambrianite. Our Cambrianite on the show has a unique distinction of being a student as well as a teacher at Cambrian Hall. A very popular Cambrianite who wanted to become a clinical doctor by profession and even cleared AFMC medical examination entrance, but destiny had something else stored in for her. She tells us an interesting story how she managed to extend the recess time of entire school by 15 minutes when she was a teacher at Cambrian Hall. Guess what? She's also tried her hands with a small venture, which she named as NCC Chart Bhandar in partnership with other teachers of Cambrian Hall. I must confess that I haven't enjoyed a conversation with any other Cambrianite as much as I've had with this one. I hope you enjoy watching this episode with a student, a teacher, a very popular among students and loved by all for her wit and her sense of humor. Yes, you've guessed it right. I'm talking about Ma'am Chitra Gupta. Hello, ma'am. How are you doing? Even before we start, I would like to say thank you very much for accepting my invitation to come on the show, Being Cambrianite. And as we start, my first question would be, you're very fortunate to have two tenures as a Cambrianite. One as a student Cambrianite, when you were a student and you passed out in class of 1973. And your second tenure was as a teacher. So tell me, between both the tenures that you had, which one did you enjoy the most?
Good afternoon. First of all, Sachin, from my heart, I really thank you. You have no idea when we teachers get so much of respect and honor. This is a big honor for me. Somebody so far away thinking of me, remembering me. And, no one has an idea what you go through when you make a video like this. So thank you so much. Yes, I was a Cambrianite. That time, Sachin, school was more of school. Now school is more of fun and school. So to tell you the truth, I enjoyed teaching more than I enjoyed being a student.
Okay.
I was more popular as a teacher than I was as a student. So, well, I'm going to enjoy, and otherwise also. For me, when I was teaching in Cambrian Hall, it was more like a family. And when I was studying in school, it was like a family with a rule in their hand all the time.
Okay.
We had very strict teachers, very strict teachers.
Okay.
And school was very strict. Plus, don't mind, it was more organized.
Okay. Okay.
And it was, they made sure that they not only teach you, they inculcate rather manners and discipline and culture also. So लगता था कि माँ के चंगुल से छूटे और फिर दूसरी माँ के पास चलेगा. My mother was very strict. I used to call her Hitler.
Okay.
Behind her back. So बहुत भयंकर थी. तो मुझे लगता था कि you ran away from here and you went and hit another mother.
Okay.
But when I was in school,
okay,
I had my own babies.
Okay.
So I think that was a more pleasant time.
Okay. Okay. We'll come more towards to first your student life. So do you remember now, ma'am, what year did you take admission in Cambrian Hall? And also, by any chance, if you happen to speak to your parents, did they tell you what was their reason to choose Cambrian Hall for you when they, as a child, when you went to Cambrian Hall?
Sachin, when first time when I went to school, I don't know how many of you know it. Doon School, the principal was Mr. Roy. Okay. I don't remember his full name.
Okay.
His wife started a Montessori school in Doon School.
Okay.
So I went to the Doon School for the preschool classes.
Okay.
And mom wanted me to go from that place to a similar place because, otherwise I'll get lost. that was a beautiful atmosphere, homely atmosphere, like all play schools are.
Yeah.
So mom always wanted me to go to Cambrian Hall. One reason was she thought the environment there was in all means very nice. The school was very nice. It was very popular, Sachin. It was very popular. And, it was like getting into admission into the school, Doon school, if you get into Cambrian Hall. It was that nice. And also, she liked the greenery around. You will not understand this. Why I kept teaching in Cambrian Hall? They used to say, oh, I got through the Vellum boys also. They hired me also. I said, no. Why? Because I like the way there were trees on both the sides. A friend of mine in Moscow, she used to say, Bandar hai, pedo pe chadti hai. I said, no, when I go there, I see the trees and mountains. So my mom had these two things in mind.
Okay.
जाने का रास्ता बहुत खूबसूरत था और school, it was, they used to call it next to the Doon school, St. Joseph's and Cambrian.
Okay.
And which year did I go? Sachin will have to calculate. 73, I was in class 11. And when I went to Doon school, I went to Doon school in class 6.
Okay. Okay.
So 6 and 5.
11. So, yeah.
68?
68. Yeah.
68?
68 to 73.
68.
Okay.
68, yeah.
Okay. Let's come to your friends, right? We managed somehow to speak to few of your friends, and I was told that as a kid, you were very friendly. You were not very studious, but very bright, especially in science, very witty, very fun-loving, especially with the students and everyone. And I think you guys used to be called like a three musketeers: Anita, Rashmi, Chitra. So tell me about the friendship that you made during your Cambrian Hall days as a student.
Rashmi's father was the regional manager, Punjab and Sindh Bank. Now, that was a very humble family. My family, my mother was teacher. She was running her own school. And my father was a very popular communist.
Okay.
Very, very popular. He was the one was in the Tiri Andolan also.
Okay. Okay.
So Azad karane mein mere father ka bahut bada haath tha.
Okay.
So again, we were a very humble family. Okay. So we matched. The family matched. Okay. And our brain level matched. Okay. And our thinking matched. Okay. Anita's father was an engineer with the electricity department. Very shrewd man. Very difficult family. But Anita was somehow lost. And she didn't find much place at home. Okay. The parents were always busy going out and partying and all that. So she was meek. But she wanted to come and join us because we were very fun-loving. शैतानी बहुत शैतानी करती थी मैं तो बहुत ज्यादा लड़कियां मुझे देखती थी.
We'll come to that, ma'am. We have few information about that. I'll come to that as well. Okay, please go ahead.
Okay. So and then I had a very good friend, Sunita Sehgal. Her father was in the army. उसके father major थे. बहुत अच्छे दोस्त थे हम लोग साथ में रहते थे घर में एक दूसरे के जाकर के रात. और we lost contact. Geeta Buratoki was another friend who was also in the army, and uske father captain the. We were also very good friends. We kept in touch till she died. She died 3 years back of a very massive heart attack, which was very sad. Sorry. Geeta was very reserved, but मैं तो बहुत शैतान. Rashmi was also very reserved, but she used to back me up. But we were very friendly, very, very interested. I was so much into science that you have no idea. Biology, I was always topping.
Ma'am, I will have an idea. You taught me physics.
Physics इतनी अच्छी नहीं थी मेरी. सच्ची में. But और हाँ, I used to take part in poetry competitions, Hindi poetry competition. So okay. I was Mr. Bahugana's favorite and Auntie Khanduri's favorite.
Okay. Okay.
We never used to call them ma'am. We used to call them auntie.
Okay. Okay.
So I still call Mrs. Shepherd Auntie Shepherd. I go and meet Auntie Shepherd always, every Christmas, no matter what may happen. I always meet her, and I always wish her every single morning. I pick up the phone and wish her.
Okay.
Every morning, Pina Naga.
Okay.
मैं बहुत मानती हूँ.
Okay. Okay.
So
Yeah.
there's so much. I can write a book.
Okay. Let's talk a bit about the fun part. And I think you did say that you enjoyed your student life a lot as well. There was an incident which we were told that as a class, you guys didn't do very well, especially in the maths examination, and the maths teacher, as a punishment, ensure that all of you stay back in the class after the school as a punishment. As a matter of fact, you and your friends turned it around into a fun for you, right? Tell us a bit more about that. Supposedly the punishment.
Mr. Mailer was too much. He was to make sure that he makes the toughest of paper. And maths, I was really bad at maths. Okay. I mean, I was wonderful with algebra, wonderful with geometry, wonderful. Full marks, maths and geometry, arithmetic. मैं कहती थी भगवान बस margin में आ जाए, red mark ना मिले. And what we did, 4 of us, there were few questions which she knew and I knew and she knew and she knew, and we cheated. Well, the teacher knew. The teacher knows, because same mistake in 4 papers, they understand. You keep saying whatever you want to. And Mailaram said, you are not going home. So we kept saying, sorry, sorry, sorry. And he said, we are not going home. So I said, don't worry. My mother will think I stayed back for basketball. Rashmi said, my mother will think I didn't get the bus and so I haven't come. And we were laughing at Mailaram got wild. He said, I'm going to take you to Mr. Tuck. Now, Mr. Tuck was strict. And he took us to took it into the office, and Mr. Tuck said, we are going to rusticate you for a week. Now, that was difficult. We said, sir, we haven't done anything. So he said, Miss Jagbala was another terror. Jagbala, will you please ask Chitra to step and read rule number 4? Okay. So rule number 4 said, if you are found cheating this, you will be rusticated for a week. I read it out and I turned back and I said, read. He said, so? I said, you can always wave it off. He said, no, why should I? I said, because we didn't cheat the whole thing. We just told each other. He said, will you shut up? So I kept quiet. Now, why do I understand children more? Because at that time I was thinking, he's the one who is asking me. And when I'm answering back, he's asking me to shut up. That's one reason why I understand children. Okay. First you ask them, then they answer and you get wild. Now what is this? Now I know children don't understand that. The school was fun. Mailaram was. He was like GC Gupta. GC Gupta was the same with St. Joseph's Academy. Okay. As 2:4, Mailaram is to GC Gupta.
Okay. Same. Okay. Ma'am, we want to know specifically about your batchmates, the class of 1973. There are 2 in particular that are most of the Cambrianites, largely the community know. One is Shabnam ma'am. She's the vice president of Cambrian Hall Alumni Association, and also she's largely popular amongst the alumni community. And second, of course, everybody, not just the Cambrianites, the entire India know him, late CDS General Bipin Rawat. So tell us, what do you remember them from your childhood days? Because both of them were in the same class of 1973.
Shabnam was a very dear friend. She was a hostler. She left. I don't know why Chachi, Shabnam ki mummy ko hum Chachi bolte. Chachi decided that they should become a day scholar. And they lived in my house. We lived together for 1 year.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And मेरी और शबनम की इतनी अच्छी दोस्ती थी. We used to eat together, study together, laugh together, sleep together. और शबनम के घर से we used to get fresh milk.
Okay.
और भगवान जी वाला white मक्खन every day, and vegetables. I still remember their jeep coming in with loads of goodies.
Okay.
And then we used to cook together. Both of us used to help mom cook in the kitchen. So with Shabnam, been very, very, very close with Shabnam for 1 year.
Okay.
Then Shabnam had her own style of living, which didn't match mine. है ना?
Okay.
वो चली गई थी, पढ़ने बाहर चली गई थी, and then she got married. Then Bipin, I remember as a little छोटा सा था, प्यारा सा था, और हमारी tussle होती थी with bio. I was very good at bio.
Okay.
And he used to trail behind.
Okay.
तो हमारी tussle होती थी bio. Class 7 में तो हुई थी अच्छे से.
Okay.
Then I had one very, he was in arts, Sadashiv Shah. Sadashiv Shah was from the royal family.
Okay.
And Nepal ka tha. He died 2 years back. He died of cancer.
Oh, okay.
Siddharth Singh was also from the royal family.
Okay.
He also died. मुझे बुरा लग रहा है मेरे साथ के जो these were fun loving boys. शैतानी करना मेरे को बहुत तंग करते थे क्योंकि मैं tomboy थी. वो they really used to, and we used to fight, literally fight with each other on the stairs. Because if you fight in the open, you get caught and you are rusticated. So we used to fight in the stairs. या तो मैं ऊपर वो नीचे, या लड़ते जरूर थे every day.
Okay.
Very sweet boys, both of them.
Okay. Ma'am, so you were talking about some of the teachers during your time. So tell us, who were your favorite teachers as a student life in Cambrian Hall, and also who had the biggest impact in you as a student during your growing years? We know, and also we got to know that late Mr. P.P. Singh sir was your teacher and Ma'am Khanduri was your teacher. And late P.P. Singh sir, we got to understand about a bit of, you had a great sense of humor, and sir was very, very quiet. But with your sense of humor, you also made him speak when he wasn't teaching. So tell us about your relationship with the teachers and who had the biggest impact.
Mr. P.P. Singh taught me. Auntie Gideon taught me. Ms. Khanduri taught me. Mr. Bahuguna taught me. Then Mr. Shepherd for a very brief period. Mr. Tuck. Sharp. And my favorite was Veena Saxena.
Okay.
Sachin, whatever I am, the qualities, if there are any in me as a teacher, is all because of Veena Saxena. Okay. She was such a dedicated teacher. Okay. You won't find a parallel teacher.
Okay.
And the way of teaching Sachin.
And what subject did you teach, ma'am?
Biology.
Okay. Okay.
Sachin, I can draw the digestive system still. Really, literally, I can close my eyes, draw the digestive system, correct, label it. Very simple, बिल्कुल brief वो sketch, वो मतलब details नहीं उसकी, लेकिन सब outline draw कर सकती हूँ. I taught the digestive system in the same manner when I was a teacher.
Okay.
Mr. P.P. Singh, Sachin, no, people don't know much about him. You know, when I was in class 11, I had lots of difficulties. And my father was sick, he had a heart attack. So he couldn't teach me, otherwise he was a wonderful teacher. But you know how parents are, वो मार के पढ़ाते हैं. और मेरे father ना बहुत डांटते थे. कभी कहते थे 1/4 marks दूंगा, कभी कहते थे 0.8 दूंगा, तो मुझे नहीं अच्छा लगता था. My brother had gone. My brother was a wonderful student. He still is most popular in Russia, PFU. पर उसको पढ़ाना नहीं आता था. अब मैं क्या करूं? So my mother said, you go and talk to P.P. Singh. I said, he won't come. वो बोल तो रहे नहीं. अरे मुंह में करते रहते हैं. He said, no, don't say that. Just ask him. Then you can go to his place and then we can pay him. You know, you can just ask him, sir, I want to take tuitions. You tell me hourly, what will you take? PP Singh said, no, I'll come home.
Oh, wow.
PP Singh came for 7 days to my place regularly for 1.5 hours a day, did everything for us. And I think I got 75% in chemistry. At that time, nobody got 100 marks and 99 and 95 and 97s and 80s.
Yeah.
That was PP Singh, which people didn't know. Yes, he wouldn't speak, but I made him speak. I used to keep saying, sir, आप इतनी देर बोलते हो ना, कुछ सुनाई पड़ता. थोड़ा जोर से बोलो, sir. थोड़ा जोर से. Our class was scared of witty. And he said, कितनी जोर से बोलूं? So I remember Siddharth coming to me and saying, आज मर गई थी तू. मैंने कहा बोलते नहीं, आवाज ही नहीं आती, तो कहना पड़ता है ना. मैंने कहा देखी जाएगी आज. Auntie Saxena, very friendly, very friendly. Mrs. Gideon, can you believe that? She used to check our tiffins every day. Every day she would say, open your tiffin. सबका देखती थी, मुझे कहती थी, आज भी अंडा ब्रेड लाई है, कल भी अंडा ब्रेड लाई थी. If you don't change your menu every day, then I'm going to. And she used to really hit hard. Oh, Peter लेके मारती है, पड़े पीटे. So I told her mother, I said, you have to give me something new every day. She said, every day क्या बनाऊंगी मैं, मुझे नहीं पता, मैम ने बोला. This is the way we respected our teacher. This is the way the parents listened to what the teacher said. My mother was scared. Oh, उसकी मैम वो सब कुछ बना. अब तो टिफिन में बोलते हैं आप खाना नहीं, आप सब्जी क्यों नहीं भेजती हो? वो खाता नहीं है. आप भेजो, मैं खिलाऊंगी. नहीं नहीं, जो खाता है खाने दो. You know, that was Mrs. Gideon. Then Mrs. Edwards. My God, language. If I can do language is because of Mrs. Edwards. Perfect. And she knew how to put it into your brain.
Okay.
But Auntie Saxena was my favorite.
Okay.
D.N. Sharma. Oh, would never understand it. Would never. Beta देखेगा उनका video मारेगा मुझे. But you know, D.N. Sharma was a very friendly teacher. When I was a teacher, D.N. Sharma used to say, मेरे घर आना कल संडे को तुम्हें तोर भात खिलाऊंगा. And he used to take us home and feed us.
Wow.
So teachers of my time, the teachers were very nice, very nice.
Okay. So talking about teachers, and you getting into the teaching, I know about, got to understand there was an incident roughly around 2004, I think. Cambrian Hall was celebrating its golden jubilee, the foundation of Cambrian Hall. And one of your classmates was visiting the school as an alumni, and she saw you. She thought that you are also an alumni now. She didn't know that you're a teacher. And Ma'am Anita Pandey was also visiting around the same time. So there was a small child who rushed to you and said, hey, ma'am, and addressed you as ma'am. So your classmate who thought that you are an alumni was surprised that you are now a teacher. And she said, oh, you are a teacher now. She was very surprised. So what was the reaction of especially about the Cambrianite friends that you had when they got to know that you are a teacher now in Cambrian Hall? How did they react, and what was their...
My friends were surprised because they all thought I wanted to be a doctor. I always wanted to be a doctor. But Sachin, I haven't told many, not many, not my close friends also know it. I got through AFMC in the written. I didn't go for the interview because my father had a heart attack. And my mother was not well. My brother was in Moscow. We had just 2 brothers and sisters. There was no one at home to look after them. So I didn't tell anyone. And I didn't go. And I always wanted to be a doctor. I still love to look after patients. You know, मेरे घर को मेरे family में सब hospital बोलते हैं. And there's some who tease me. वो bedroom खाली है कोई कमरा खाली है. My mother is very sick. ले आओ. Such में सब जने when they fall sick they come to me. I look after them. I take them to a doctor. I feed them. I do everything. I think I wanted to live a doctor's life. And if I look after patient, I fulfill that. How I turned into a teacher? I don't know. I think I love teaching also. Taurians love teaching. I'm a Taurian.
Okay.
तो मुझे माँ का स्कूल था and my mom said सुबह से पढ़ाने आ जाना. And I started going there and I started enjoying. So my father said, बस माँ की गोद में बैठी रहना, है ना? घर में कोई मेहमान आता है, स्कूल से उतर के आती है, you start cooking. Is this discipline? If you don't leave your house and you are not shouted at by your boss and you are not pointed out, your mistakes are not pointed out, and you are not scared, you will never learn anything in life. You will never become a smart girl. So I joined Cambridge. Otherwise, school यहाँ पे ज़्यादा अच्छे पैसे मिल रहे थे. Market school.
Now, because
I started with 864 rupees a month.
Oh wow! Okay, 864.
864.
Yeah. Everyone remembers their first salary.
हाँ.
Okay.
अच्छे से याद है.
So, ma'am, now because we are talking your tenure as a teacher in Cambrian Hall, and I must make a confession. I feel very blessed, and I was one of the lucky ones who you were my class teacher in class 7. And I can tell you on behalf of lots of Cambrianites, especially the ones who studied in the 1990s, that you were one of the most loved and favorite teacher for all of us, right? And one of the things that used to happen when we were finishing off class 6 and were approaching class 7, we would quietly pray and think that, oh, ma'am Chitra Gupta should become a class teacher, right? When we go to class 7. So that would happen. So that was the kind of love students had towards you. So were you aware of all of this while you were teaching?
No. I feel there's so many Cambrianites, I've scolded them now. I said, तब नहीं बोल सकते थे? तब क्यों नहीं बोला? Kamalan Honda calls me one day. She said, you know why I'm a teacher? Because I was so impressed. I wanted to be like you. I said, पहले क्यों नहीं बोला? There's so many. Auntie Gideon की उसने पोती ने कहा कि मैं 2 रिबन लगा के आती थी क्योंकि आप 2 रिबन लगाते थे. So I said, पहले क्यों नहीं बोला? I always thought.
Okay.
One drawback, I mean, in my personality always has been because I always thought nobody likes me. I don't know why. मुझे लगता था मेरे अंदर कुछ तो कमी है होगी. मैंने शायद वो गलत करा है, वो गलत करा है. तो मुझे लगता था पसंद नहीं कोई करता.
Now, when you're saying this, you're saying as a teacher, you thought.
As a teacher, I thought.
Oh.
As a child, I wasn't worried. पसंद करता नहीं करता. I wasn't worried. As a teacher, okay. I every day I used to think I must do this. If the children don't like me, they will not listen to what I teach. I was not worried that the children don't like me and I won't be popular. Sachin, I never wanted to be popular that way. I never wanted children to compare me with an actress. I wanted them to compare me with some intellectual. मुझे बिल्कुल नहीं कि कोई कहे ओ तुम नीतू सिंह लग रही हो, तुम फलानी लग रही हो. नहीं, मेरे को होता था बोलने कि तुम तो मदर टेरेसा हो या तुम रविंद्रनाथ टैगोर जैसी हरकत करते, तो मुझे मजा आया. तो मैं हमेशा wanted to improve every day. I remember there was a child, Shashank Bharadwaj. He now, I think he's a brigadier, I think.
Okay.
If not a brigadier, I think. Whatever, major, I don't know. He said, ma'am, I was teaching something else. And he said, ma'am, how does the I work? And I didn't know. What I knew was parallel rays go, they converge, they make an upside down image, and the brain reverses it and we see. But that is not what he wanted to know. He wanted to know how does the I work? Seriously. I understood that. So I said, I don't know. But I'll make sure I can explain it to you tomorrow. He forgot. But I called him during break. I said, when you finish your lunch, you come to me. He finished, he came. I sat down. I explained to him and I kept saying, मुश्किल है, समझ में अभी नहीं आया, लेकिन थोड़ा सा कोशिश करो. तुम चाहोगे तो मैं रोज बताऊंगी. It is difficult. But, I explained for 1 hour. I sat down with him and I explained in my free period. So that was the type of work I used to do. If I didn't know something, I never said, don't ask stupid questions. I never said that. I said, kal ko padh ke aao. Mujhe nahi aaya.
Yeah. Okay. So now I remember. So because we're talking about class 7, right? So you were, although Sir Saklani was the in charge, but you were also closely involved with the administration of the middle school along with Sir Saklani, right? So around that time, because these students are neither in the junior school, neither in the senior school, it's a kind of a weird transition, right? So with that crazy age to deal with, how did you manage to always stay very cool, always smiling, and you always had a great sense of humor? So tell me, my question is very specific. Did you ever lose your cool, and did you hit anyone that you remember, which according to me is very impossible, or you did?
Oh yes, Amit pita mere se. He was abusing, and I said, अगर मैं ऐसे बोलूं कैसा लगेगा? क्या बोला तुमने?
Okay.
He said, क्या बोला मैंने? I said, is this the way to talk to your teacher? He said, so? So Amit used to say, he died. Amit died of, I think usko COVID hua bada bhayankar. Amit Singh, not the one, not the intellectual one, the other one.
Amit Negi, Amit Singh Negi. Okay.
हाँ.
Last year, I think.
वो मुझे माँ बोलता था जब अभी मरने से पहले, and he used to say, माँ तूने मारा क्यों मुझे? 3-4 बार मारा. मैंने कहा तू कितना बदतमीज था. He said, हाँ बदतमीज तो था. एक और मारा मैंने, Sachin. Somebody said that 2 boys have come to school and they have brought chains, cycle chains, to beat the boarders.
Okay.
So मैं और Chandra, no teacher, no male staff, nobody would listen to that. They would say, "अरे चलने दो, अरे मत करो, वो बुराई मत मोल लो." They used to, I'm not going to name, but a teacher, very popular teacher, would come and say, "मरने दो, हम क्यों बुराई लें?" मैंने बोला बच्चे हैं, कुछ भी गलत कर दिया ना, there'll be a police case. They will be behind the bars, which is going to be very wrong for them, and we will be responsible. So I called him and I said, कुछ है? So कुछ नहीं है, देख लो. So सच में कुछ नहीं. I said, Chandra, just ask him to take off his blazer and his sweater. He said, why? I said, because I think your chain is in your belt. And it was in the belt.
Oh.
मारे मैंने 2 chain. He gave it to me and he said, please. I said, no, I will not tell it to anyone because I don't want to. I just want you to understand this is wrong. So punishing you will never make you understand it is wrong. You will get away with it. This chain I'll keep. And I think I will not even give it to your mother because I don't want them to feel ashamed of you.
Okay.
So वो मुझे कहता था कि मैं अगर सुधरा हूँ तो तभी सुधरा हूँ.
Okay. So I had this question. So is this the incident that you're talking about? So do you remember any student that you thought is as the naughtiest amongst everyone that you taught during your tenure? Do you remember anyone or any specific incident?
शार्दुल's younger brother. शार्दुल एक शर्मा एक लड़का होता था. अरे उसके भाई उसका he was so naughty. He was so naughty. वो पता है क्या, एक दिन I was teaching, मुझे आवाजें आई, डेस्क खुल रहा है and बंद हो रहा है, and I could feel the खटखट. So I said, what are you doing? He said, nothing. I was just trying to take out my pencil. I said, 10 times. You don't need a pencil because I'm teaching. Someone said, ये कीड़े खा रहा है. उसने डेस्क के अंदर ना कीड़े इकट्ठे कर रखे. अब एक-एक करके मैंने कहा क्या है, कह रहा इंजन. I said, तुम्हें शर्म नहीं आती? मैंने बच्चों से बोला इसका डेस्क बाहर फेंका, हम नहीं उठाएंगे. So I literally picked up the desk and I put it out in the open. Gave him another one. ऐसे बाद में बात करेंगे भी क्लास चल रही. ओहो, वो इतना शैतान था. कीड़े भाई, वो कौन से बताऊं मैं तुम्हें, मकोड़े होते हैं ना पंख वाले.
Okay.
ऐसे निकाल कर से खा रहे. मैंने कहा तुम ना वहां से आना, निकल जाओ. At that time, people didn't know much about China.
Okay.
So, they used to think कि जो गलत काम चीन पे डाल दो. छोटे पेड़ है, Chinese mangoes, Chinese oranges. पता ही नहीं था, छोटा गुलाब है, Chinese rose. गलत काम है, China. शायद तो तुम चाइना चल जाओ. पूछता वो कीड़े खाते हैं.
Okay, now since we are talking about the naughtiest one, I know it's a difficult question, but I'll still ask. Do you remember any student that you regard as your favorite student ever? And why was he or she your favorite?
सचिन याद नहीं आता, उस समय तो थे काफी सारे. और वन थिंग आई मस्ट कन्फेस, जो मेरे फेवरेट होते थे ना, मैं इम्तिहान में भी उनके साथ पार्शियलिटी करती. If I find there's something wrong, मुझे पता है उसको आता है, उसने यहाँ गलत करा है, I would mark it right. करेक्ट करती थी, ठीक करके मार्क्स देती. मुझे लगता था इसको आता है, तो इसे नंबर क्यों काटो. एंड मेरी मिस्टर सिंगल से भी ये लड़ाई होती थी. लिसन, हाउ कैन वी जज अ स्टूडेंट in examination? Sometimes they know everything. And they just don't feel like doing it during it. You don't feel like doing it. You know it, you don't want to do it. How can you say you're a dumb? है ना? ठीक कह रही हूँ ना?
Yes, ma'am.
So, मुझे एक बड़ी प्यारी सी थी, छोटी सी, उसका तो नाम ही नहीं याद आ. वो टीचर भी सी बड़ी प्यारी, उसको मैं बहुत प्यार करती.
Okay.
बहुत प्यार, पर ऐसे नहीं, खुले से नहीं करती थी, चुपके से बोलती थी. बड़ी खुश होती.
Okay. Now, while speaking to your colleagues as teachers, there's a story about NCC Chart Bhandar. Can you give us more? Can you tell us this side business interest of yours while in Cambrian Hall as a teacher? And also for others who are listening, also explain what does NCC stands for.
All right. Sachin, there was a class 4 employee, Hira Singh, Mota sa tha. Suddenly we found I was very fond of him because he was in the class 7 block. After for a brief period, I was the coordinator, middle school, class 7. And Hira worked under me also. So Hira had cancer. They needed money. I'm surprised why the school couldn't give anyway. So it was decided that let's all contribute. Let's do something and contribute. So while everybody was planning, we'll do this, we just said, okay, tomorrow let's have chart. Let's make chart. I'll make chart. We'll sell it. So I made chart at home. Mom made lots of it. And we took it to we decided what to do. Nalini, Chandra or me. NCC, Nalini, Chandra, Chitra. 3 of us, Nalini made the chart. She was excellent. She was an excellent art teacher. तो कमाल की chart तो उसके कमाल होते थे. She knew exactly how to make them. So she made the chart. We put up a stall. That is the most hilarious part of my life. So when we started the bhandar, just 3 of us behind the table, and the children came before break. Few of them who could find some excuse to come out of the classroom, and they came. And they said, ma'am, can we have chat? Yes, 20 rupees. 20 rupees. And then, the first ones, the first lot. What's with namak chahiye? Mirchi dalu? Chutney? Meethi bhi? बड़े प्यार से. फिर आई फिर 1 मिनट, वहां से टोकन ले लो. मैम, चंद्रा को पैसे दो. इसको दे दे. हाँ मैम, अरे भैया नमक वमक का टाइम नहीं है, जो मिल रहा है वो लौट जाओ. और उसके बाद क्या होना, धक्का लगने लगा. On the table, they started pushing the table. नालिनी पिचक गई. And she said, हाय मर गई. और मैं लगी, जल्दी लौट जाओ. तो आई मैं मर गई, रोक दे, चाट रोक दे. ऐसे मैं नहीं दे रही. कहा तो हम आ जाओ, ले लो, नमक डालू, मिर्ची डालू. नहीं दे रहे हम. नहीं मिल रही चाट, कुछ नहीं हमारे पास, मैम प्लीज पीछे हटो पहले, तब देंगे। सो सारा हमारा स्टाइल जो हमारे नखरे में मटक मटक के बेच रहे थे ना, सब बदल गया। इन द एंड वी इवन सोल्ड द पानी। 5-5 रुपए में हमने एक एक गिलास पानी बेचा। एंड सचिन, एट दैट टाइम वी कलेक्टेड 3,000 rupees.
Oh, wow.
3,000.
Yeah. When I heard NCC, so I never thought you were anyway involved with NCC, but
I was during college.
oh, okay. No, I meant my because my tenure is as a student, you are being a teacher. So from that point of view, I was thinking that we never saw you as an NCC teacher or involved in NCC. How come this NCC came into the picture?
ये सब ये उल्टे काम करवा लो मेरे से. I'm very good at all this.
Okay.
ये सब बकवास मेरे से करा.
So when you say you are very good at it, there is another trait that you have, which we got to know. You're very good at imitating, and you were notoriously popular. I'm specifically using the word notorious. You were notoriously popular among of imitating a particular teacher,
Guruji, and Miss, and I'm not going to name the other one because वो video देखेगी.
Okay, so can you for all the fun for all the Cambrianites, can you do something for us and show?
Before that, I want to tell you another thing. You know what happened when we were teaching? I don't know why Mr. Singhal suddenly, he didn't like that because we, 4 of us, with Mrs. Kalia, May, Chandra, and Nalini, I think, yes. And Gurnaam, Nalini had left. We used to sit outside. We never sat in the staff room. We would sit on the lawns of the staff room and have our lunch. And Mr. Singhal, maybe he just thought, oh, they're having fun for full 20 minutes. He said, from tomorrow, the bell is going to ring at 11:25, when you will leave everything and start walking towards your classroom, and 11:30 exactly you'll start teaching. So it went on for about a month. Then I said, ये क्या बात हुई है? 11:25 होते हैं, like robots, everyone starts, and these gent staff, they all start walking towards their classrooms. So everyone said, bhai, rule hai 11:30 padhana. So one day I just thought, what if the bell doesn't ring? माली ने घास काट के ढेर लगा रखा. Without, spur of the moment, I just thought, मैंने बोला भी नहीं किसी को. मैं उठी, मैंने घंटी उतार ली और घास में छुपा दी और बैठ गई. चंद्रा को डर लगी, कहती पकड़े जाएंगे. मैंने कहा चुप रहे. So the peon came. He can't find the bell. So he's going around looking for the bell. He asked us, he said, bell कहाँ है? I said, bell कहाँ है? Bell जहाँ होती है. हाँ, bell कहाँ है? He said, वही तो bell कहाँ है? मैंने कहा, हाँ, Mr. Singhal को बताओ, जाओ. He went to Mr. Singhal and Mr. Singhal said, चित्रा से पूछो, उसी ने कुछ करा होगा. कि नहीं, वो तो खुद घबराई हुई है. 11:45 and the bell didn't ring. Chaos in the school. Chaos, complete chaos. Everyone is looking at their watches, not going towards the classroom. Bell nahi baji. Then Mrs. Butler comes with वो पूजा की घंटी होती है ना. Dun, 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 dun. She's going around all and she said, children, please get inside. We have lost the bell. So this is the bell. फिर मैंने माली से इशारे से कहा घास के नीचे, और मैं तो चली गई. तो वो तो मैं कभी नहीं भूल सकती. 20 minutes हम ऐसे बैठे रहे. हमने कहा बेल नहीं बजी, हमें टाइम नहीं पता चला.
On behalf of the Cambrianites, whoever there, I assume I was also there around that time. So we would like to thank you for those extra 15 minutes that you gave us for the break.
अच्छा, thank you. Thank you very much.
Let's
stop it.
Let's come to the act.
अच्छा, act. So गुरुजी की करूंगी क्योंकि वो नहीं देखेंगे, बाकी तो सब मारेंगे मुझे बहुत. बाकी तो सच्ची में मारेंगे. Guruji beat up a boy very badly. He was my neighbor. So the neighbor came in the afternoon and he said, गुरुजी कहाँ रहते हैं? मैंने कहा मुझे नहीं पता. आपको कैसे नहीं पता? आप coordinator. I said, listen, I don't keep a track who goes where and who lives where. You come to the school and you talk to him in school. So when I went to school, I told Guruji, I said, Agarwal was looking for you. आपने क्या करा? मुझे तो पता था, मैंने कुछ नहीं करा. I said, ठीक है. Then Mr. Singhal sent a slip. Mr. Singhal was another one, very scared to call Guruji. He called him through me. And Miss Gupta, please come with Mr. Sharma to my office. So I went to the office and I said, yes. Where is Mr. Sharma? I said, he's coming. Agarwal is sitting, his son is standing over here, and I'm sitting in the chair. Guruji comes in. बिल्कुल नीचे कुछ उसका. हाँ बेटा, ठीक है, पढ़ाई करो, क्लास में जाओ. No, Mr. Singhal, no, Mr. Sharma, please sit down. जी बैठ नहीं सकता हूँ, पढ़ाई का टाइम है, पढ़ाने आया हूँ, बैठने नहीं आया हूँ. ये क्या सुन रहा हूँ मैं, क्या सुन रहे हैं? अरे अग्रवाल जी नमस्कार, आपने इनके बच्चे को मारा है ना? बेटा एक बात सुनो, मैंने तुम्हें मारा? कभी मारा? हाथ लगाया? बस बेटा जाओ, तुम क्लास में जाओ. अच्छा गुड, चलता हूँ, प्रणाम. And he walked out. And I'm looking at Guruji, and Agarwal is looking at me. और बाहर जाते हैं, बापू लेके आया आपने, बापू लेके आया तेरे को, संडे बड़ा होता है, बापू लेके आया तुमने, बापू लेके आया. मैं अंदर सुन रही हूँ, और वो लड़का, he didn't have the heart to say गुरुजी ने मुझे मारा. और गुरुजी, he was in the office just for 10 seconds. नमस्कार, हाँ बेटा, मैंने तुम मारा? हाथ लगाया? बेटा नहीं, देखो बहन जी, मैं हूँ, सब तुम्हारे साथ, खुले को नहीं. अच्छा चलता हूँ, पढ़ाने आया हूँ, पढ़ने का काम करता हूँ, जाता हूँ. Singhal couldn't even say, sit down, speak to me, there's something. He just अपने आप आए, केस रखा और निकल गए.
Oh God, ma'am.
But if we ever get together, then I'd really entertain you. तब तो फिर वो खड़े होके करूंगी ना, तो वो अंदर गुरुजी की एंट्री भी दिखाऊंगी और एग्जिट भी दिखाऊंगी, और बाकी दूसरी टीचर्स की भी बहुत सारी. ठीक है, एलिमिनाई डे में तब वो नहीं होंगे ना.
Okay, ma'am, I think this could be one of the reasons, your sense of humor and how you can make everyone laugh. I think this could be one of the reasons that, you're so popular and loved by everyone, not just by the students, your batchmates, your friends, and of course, your students as well. Of course, you were a wonderful teacher, right? But apart from that, all of you as a person, ma'am, I don't think I would have ever laughed so much while recording a Being Cambrianite episode this much. Ma'am, tell us your current association with Cambrian Hall and the alumni. And when I talk about alumni, I would also like to know from you, what is your take on the work being done by Cambrian Hall Alumni Association? We see you very regular in some of the events that the association has put up in the last few years. So what's your take, ma'am?
Sachin, we have been in touch with our old friends just because of the alumni. So what the alumni has done for us, no words. What you are doing for us, Sachin, commendable. Not because I'm on record, and not because you are talking to me, but I always say it's Sachin and of course Shabnam. Two people. Look at the hard work you have done. Doing all this, interview lena, record karna, unko edit karna. This is like making a film. Making a film with पैसा भी नहीं मिल रहा है, अपना ही जा रहा है. कौन करता है? Commendable. Shabnam, what she does, she plans everything. वो जो group बनाया है, मजाक नहीं है. Group banana, keeping in touch, making sure we don't fight with each other, making sure we are in harmony, making sure new things are told to all of us, making sure people are people join in. If someone leaves, she immediately says, पर्सनल में डाल के बोलती है, एक बार मैंने छोड़ दिया था लड़ाई कितनी शक्ति के साथ, तो एकदम से शबनम क्या हुआ, just ignore it, forget it, चलो come back, ये क्या बात हुई है? So you all have brought us back as a family. Alumni has brought us back as a family, and you all have done so much for the school. How many alumni really remember their old school? Alumni सब जगह है सचिन, मुझसे पूछो कहाँ पे कितना काम होता है, मुझसे पूछो. You know why? Because I'm in touch with others also because of my school. Because I'm in school, तो मुझे स्कूलों के बारे में पता चलता है, alumni के बारे में पता चलता है. So I'm very happy, very happy. You have no idea how happy I am today. Not because I'm being interviewed, but because बहुत सारी बातें याद दिलाई तुमने.
Ma'am, we are almost coming towards the end of this conversation. My last couple of questions. This year is also the Golden Jubilee year for your class of 1973. What's the excitement level amongst all of you? And are you looking forward to 15th and 16th of December 2023? What are the plans like, and what is in store?
I've never been more excited. Never. Never. You know, this is the first time when I'm already planning from today what I'll do on 16th and 17th. And I was telling my teachers, I said, मैं नहीं आऊंगी 3 दिन school. I think we are having something on the 15th also. I never do that. कुछ भी हो जाए मैं स्कूल नहीं छोड़ती. I said, no. I'm so excited. I'll meet everybody. And I'm so thankful to Shabnam. She's planning everything. Not a joke. And Sachin, you were asking what has alumni done? You know what I think that they've done. 50th निकल जाता, हमें याद भी ना रहता. सच में याद ना आता. Look what you made it a grand occasion. You have made it a grand occasion. So I'm really waiting to meet all my friends. Kapil से मिलूंगी, Kapil Sethi, Kapil Chand से मिलूंगी, रश्मि से मिलूंगी, और कौन आ रहा है, कोई बाहर से भी आ रहा है. आई थिंक कविता भट्टा से मिलूंगी, वो आ रही. कविता भट्टा में बहुत अच्छे दोस्त थे, उससे मिलूं. कितने सारे जिनसे मिलूंगी. जब मैं वो फोटोग्राफ देखती हूँ तब याद आता है. So I'm excited. Very excited.
Looking forward to seeing you, ma'am. Looking forward to seeing you in December, ma'am. And as we wind up, this question is common to everyone who comes to the show. What, according to you, is being a Cambrianite?
Being a Cambrianite is being a part of a royal family. Really.
Okay.
मैं बहुत रौब से बोलती हूँ कि मैं कैमरन हॉल की पढ़ी हुई. And I feel proud. Okay. Very proud. वो जो मैं वो भी देखती हूँ ना, जो उसमें हमारा जो वो बना हुआ ब्लेजर में जो बनता है, एम्ब्लेम.
Yeah.
Feel very proud. तो मुझे तो खुपरी देख के रॉयल.
Okay. Thank you very much, ma'am, for your time. And I must say, I've spoken to others as well during the course of Being Cambrianite, and I feel I'm very blessed that I'm the one who's speaking to you. I think I had a wonderful time speaking to you, and I'm sure when my fellow Cambrianites will listen to this, they will have lots of laughter for sure. So thank you once again, ma'am, for joining us and having with us at Being Cambrianite.
Thank you, Sachin. Thank you for taking all the troubles and being such a lovely child.